Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen. All in crypto here, and welcome back, guys, on this fabulous Friday for another daily cryptocurrency market update. If you are new around here, every single day at 1 p.m. UK time, we drop an update just like this one to help you guys stay up to date with the latest and greatest things happening within the crypto space, but also the broader markets. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing in this video. So do consider becoming a subscriber. And if you are checking out that subscribe button, consider giving us a like and a comment. Also, we are going to be talking about a variety of really interesting topics during this video. You guys will know that we have been positioning ourselves in the cryptocurrency market, and as a whole, certainly my Patreons are all now in the green. You know, it's been a very successful year for us. I think we have one out of a basket of altcoins that is actually marginally down by 2%, and the rest are up some to the magnitudes of, a couple of 100%. So it's been a great year. We've really covered the markets on this channel very broadly, not just crypto, but everything, that kind of gives confluence and aligns and points to the crypto space doing well. And we expect 2024 to be a pretty epic year. So we're kind of unwinding now for 2024. I may post my portfolio results for this year. Certainly if there are some of you that are on the sidelines about joining the Patreon, it really is beneficial. I think it's a very small fee for what you get. But enough of the shameless shilling. We've got a very interesting video to get into. And the reason I bring that up is because we will look at the markets towards the end. You've got things like Hedera, which is one of our breakouts. Polkadot did very well yesterday. AVAX, Cardano. There's a lot of sort of more blue chip altcoins that are now doing very well. And I think most of these will outperform Ethereum and certainly Bitcoin. However, we want Bitcoin and Ethereum to be doing well. So we've covered a lot about the markets. I want to predominantly focus on a few things in this video. The first of which is something that Gary Gensler himself posted in regards to a CNBC interview that he did on the 14th, where he talks about this industry being rife with scams. I'm going to show you the absolute irony in Gary Gensler talking about protecting you guys, the consumers. That's supposed to be the SEC's job. However, Gary Gensler has been the head of another government agency called the CFTC. And there is a very well-known company, or it was well-known. Most of you probably won't know it, certainly if you're only into crypto and you don't study the traditional financial markets, called MF Global, that had Corzine at the head of it, who was an ex-partner of Gary Gensler's over when he was the head of Goldman Sachs, that essentially stole $1 billion of customers' money. And Gary Gensler essentially let him walk away scot-free for this. And we saw the FTX collapse. It's very ironic that the SEC is here to protect you guys, yet they haven't protected against a single scam. They haven't protected against a single bank run or downfall in the crypto space. Yet they're doing this all in your benefit. And really what they're doing, in my opinion, and we'll get into all that, is just like Senator Warren is protecting their own interests and the world that they come for, that they'll likely end up in once they've left these government positions, which is how this revolving door of political corruptness works. So a bit of an interesting place to start. Some of you might not be familiar with MF Global. We'll then move on to some of what's been taking place over the last couple of days. The SEC has given guidance that a Bitcoin ETF will be approved by the 10th of January. This is from Fox News. And of course, the SEC also met with all spot Bitcoin ETF issuers and told them to remove any references to in-kind redemptions for their filing cash creates only. So this is interesting. We can maybe explain what this means in a little bit more detail. We're going to hear from the XRP chief legal officer. We did a video yesterday where we looked at Francis's and we did an interview with him also yesterday. Francis Hunt, great guy to follow, the best when it comes to macro technical analysis. We looked at Francis' $16 XRP price prediction, and we got a lot of comments that were, no, we've been hearing this for ages. Yeah, but you haven't had it technically signaled. Okay, so I've been hearing it's why I got peed off with XRP. I was never a fan of XRP. Arguably, still I'm not, but I'm looking to capitalize on what I think is a status and chosen coin. Enough said on that. And then we're going to talk about Elon Musk looking to launch a payment service mid-2024. I can't help but think there's going to be some crypto here, and then we'll do a little bit of rounding off with the markets. But as we've gone on for quite a while, let's dive in, ladies and gentlemen, to Gary Gensler's tweet yesterday. And you can see this is the tweet. This is a lot of non-compliance, or there is a lot of non-compliance in the crypto space. It undermines confidence when so many people have been hurt and all they can do is stand in the line of the bankruptcy court. Furthermore, this can make it hard for the good faith actors to compete. Now, this is the most ironic and rich thing coming from the SEC that has failed to stop any. They even met with the likes of Sam Bankman-Fried more times than not. And it's funny, the only actor that they go after is somebody that's honoured everyone's withdrawals, has never hurt people, and that is CZ. They got him on technicalities, and they put their own World Economic Forum sponsored guy at the helm. And I've actually heard some really good things about the guy, to be quite honest, from a number of people that are in the industry. And, we interview a lot of people, and they spoke very highly of the individual that's now the CEO of Binance. So the fact that I think he actually did go a little bit mad at them about putting him on the World Economic Forum website himself. So it's something that we can explore at a later date. But Gary Gensler has not provided any clarity. He was also the former chief of the CFTC. And under the CFTC, he allowed somebody that he worked with over at Goldman Sachs. People also don't know that this guy here was the chief at Goldman Sachs. He also allowed Corzine to essentially walk away scot-free in 2011 when MF Global collapsed and lost more than $1 billion in customers' money. So this guy, I do not believe, is here for your interests. He's here for the interests of his former employee, which the cryptocurrency market threatens, and the special interests that back him. And that's the truth of the matter. And I'm not doing myself any favors in bringing this up. But when he's coming out with stuff like this, if you believe there is actors that are hurting people, as the SEC, you should go after them. Why are they not doing that? Why are they mentioning projects that have not done anything to anyone and going after people that, like Binance, that had actually just honored everyone? And it's the one reason, this is why an ETF is now going to get approved, ladies and gentlemen, is because they've taken the main concern they had, which was seizing it, manipulating Bitcoin's price and having a power over the industry. They don't want a competitor. If they're going to allow this industry to thrive, they want to be at the helm of it. And part of that is restricting it to a point where they can submit it. And I just wanted to share that because a lot of people don't know about, and there's a lot more in regards to Gary Gensler's history, but this is something that happened in 2011. It kind of sounds very similar to the Sam Bankman-Fried thing. However, obviously we know that the DOJ has obviously given Sam life in prison or 109 years or whatever. I don't think the vegan food's going to be particularly friendly on him in there, and rightfully so. But I just wanted to bring this up because a lot of people don't know this. Some news over the past 24 hours. Just in, the SEC has met with all spot Bitcoin ETF issuers and told them to remove any reference to in-kind redemptions for their filings of cash creates only. So what this in essence means is that they'll settle not in Bitcoin, but in cash. Even though it'll be backed by spot, they'll have to cash the Bitcoin out, which makes it a lot easier for them to manipulate the price than people redeeming their Bitcoin. Isn't that interesting also? And then you've got provisions. This is from Fox Business. SEC is giving guidance that a Bitcoin ETF will be approved by the 10th of January. This is where the crypto space gets recognized as an institutional asset and a genuine part of portfolios. And you'll see pensions, insurance companies, hedge funds, banks, and everyone in between, companies looking to put it on their balance sheet. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla come out and do a similar thing to what they already did. Elon Musk, I don't think, is the best at buying and selling it, but I think you'll see a lot more people go down the Tesla route, hopefully this time somewhat successfully. Last little bit of sort of news before we dive into Elon Musk news, and then we'll talk about the price. This is from Paul, who's the chief legal officer over at Coinbase. While claiming to regret its errors, the very same agency's chair on the very same day is again browbeating an entire American industry. There is no humility, reflection, or restraint. Why should any judge or taxpayer have faith in the regrets? And this is in a new SEC filing. It seriously and deeply regrets certain errors made in the course of an enforcement proceeding, but argues no sanctions are warranted. Also says next month all divisions of enforcement staff will undergo mandatory training. These guys are dropping so many clangers, and it's blatant. There are now documented cases of the SEC lying, of the SEC making errors, And people just seem to be ignoring them like they do. You know, if you look at what's happened over the past 3 years, isn't it weird how we've all just accepted it and moved on? And yes, this channel is all about helping you guys in the crypto space, helping you guys stay up to date with it, helping you guys potentially, if it's something you want to do, look at the markets and hopefully do well off them like we are. But we also really like to bring an element of truth to these daily market updates and what I do in general, because I truly believe that the world that they have painted for us and given to us perhaps, you know, isn't the case. But enough on that. Let's get back to the news, guys. Looking now at Elon Musk says X will launch a payment service by mid-2024. So we've got all these really bullish narratives aligning for the crypto space, macro backdrop, technical analysis. We've also got the narrative there, the fundamentals. We're now looking at Elon Musk saying that he's going to launch a payment service mid-2024. I wonder how he's going to do that. It's very likely going to be crypto related. Elon Musk Everything app, formerly known as Twitter, is expected to launch in-app payment service on its social media platform around mid-2024, though crypto integration now seems remote. I do not believe it will be. You know, PayPal and all these guys are doing it. Why would you miss out on that? Speaking to ARK's Invest Kathy Wood in a December the 21st X space, Musk said, expect payment services to be fully launched sometime in the middle of next year, pending the approval of several money transfer license applications. And to go back into the sort of conspiratorial realm that we've been diving down, you try and go get a money license. You know, people think we live in this like free society in the West, and actually it couldn't be further from the truth. You know, anyway, enough on that. Let's talk a little bit about price before we wrap the video up. You guys know that Bitcoin is pretty perfectly following the path that we had set out for it. You're consolidating around what was for us an inverse head and shoulders target. And this is likely going to lead to continuation. Actually, Francis covers what you're setting up here in a lot more detail. Really, what we've been, and we have always been more positioned in altcoins, it's been a little bit more choppy in altcoins, such as Hedera, which we speak about a lot on the channel, which did exceptionally well and has been doing well since we looked at it breaking out. You know, just if you had took our breakout and bearing in mind we were positioned a lot earlier than this, and you can be part of that on the Patreon, you know, you're 40 in a matter of a couple of weeks, 7% up. We've got lots of others. Even Polkadot has finally broken out for us. And since the point of breakout, you know, gave us a really nice 33%. Of course, you've got coins like AVAX, which was another one that we gave in our breakouts. This has done absolutely fantastically. You know, nearly 135%. And we've got ones that have actually outperformed this. But generally, across the board, things are moving in the right direction. It's really nice to see. And we expect 2024 to give us more of what we've seen on the back end of this year. I've rambled on now for 13 minutes. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you to your Fridays. If you've enjoyed this content, a like is always appreciated. So as a comment, don't forget to share it around, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next.